Now let's learn the 6 nakshatra types, which nakshatras belong to each one, and what are the nuances between each of them. The first group that I like to present are the Tikna group. In English I call this bitter group. It doesn't just mean bitter, but it means sharp and eager and intense and bitter and acidic. Tikna. The nakshatras in this group are Ardra, Mula, Jeshta, Ashlesha. These 4 nakshatras are in 2 groups of 2 different types of bitter. Ardra and Mula are one type of bitter. Jeshta, Ashlesha are another type of bitter. Ardra and Mula are the very painful, intense, sharp nakshatras. That's their nature. Jeshta and Ashlesha, those are the enthusiastic, eager ones. But they're enthusiastic and eager with this sharpness to them. So the nature of Tikna in these 2 nakshatras is to have a bitter approach to getting what you want. So it's like in Ashlesha, it's very clinging onto things and trying to get things, and in Jeshta, it's very manipulative, just how to get things and how to be the best. Jeshta and Ashlesha are very enthusiastic for the best, to be the best, to get the best, and they use any sorts of means to get there. Ardra and Mula are very strong and powerful but difficult. And those are the 4 types of Tikna or bitter nakshatras. Then we have strong. The most similar type to bitter are the strong nakshatras. In Sanskrit, these are Ugra. So Ugra has a couple of meanings. It means hot, passionate, powerful, savage, formidable, mighty, strong. The nakshatras that are in this group are all of the Purva nakshatras, the 3 Purva nakshatras, plus Magha and Bharani. In Bharani, you see the most disciplined and strict version of Ugra. It's the closest to a Tikna nakshatra. And it's a little less so in Magha, where you see more of the powerful side of Ugra. Then when you come to the 3 Purvas, you start to see the ambitious side of Ugra, with a little bit with Magha, but it starts to become quite clear in Purvashada. Purva Bhadrapada, it's very ambitious. And then Purva Palguni, it's very passionate. The ambition has become a passion. So there's a boldness and a bravery to this type of nakshatra also. Boldness, bravery, strength, ambition, adventure. So that's the first group, the Tikna and Ugra nakshatras, the bitter and strong ones. Now there's another group where the nakshatras are enduring or sweet. Let's look first at the enduring nakshatras. The word for this is Duva. Duva means enduring, permanent, strong in a long-term sense, reliable. And the nakshatras in this group are all of the Uttara nakshatras, the 3 Uttara nakshatras, plus Rohini. The most extremely enduring nakshatra is Uttara Bhadrapada. It's so focused on enduring permanence that it becomes dismissal or destructive towards things that are impermanent and temporary. I would say that Uttarashada is the next most Dhruva nakshatra because it's so concerned with having enduring effects, making a lasting mark, having a long-term victory, doing something that will have a significant enduring effect. And then we go to Uttara Palguni, and they're becoming actually gradually more sweet. Uttara Bhadrapada is the purest Dhruva, and then it's becoming more sweet. Uttarashada is also quite Dhruva, but as you come to Uttara Palguni, you're getting a pretty significant mixture of sweetness, which is the next nakshatra group. Uttara Phalguni is concerned with enduring relationships or creations. The creativities, the children that you've created, the projects that you've created, the relationships that you've formed, the friendships, the romances, the love, they should be enduring. That's the concern of Uttara Phalguni. And then the sweetest of the Dhruva nakshatras is Rohini. It may come as a surprise that it's not a sweet nakshatra, but it's a Dhruva nakshatra, but it's on the border between the two, because it's very, very permanence oriented. It makes things like children that last for a long time, and it makes creations that are significant and endure and make a lasting impact. So it's a lot like Uttarashada, because it's interested in making a lasting impact, but it's more artistic than Uttarashada. Uttarashada is interested in practical achievements that make a lasting impact, and Rohini is creating art and beauty that makes a lasting impact. So now we get to sweet nakshatras. Sweet nakshatras are called Mridu. Again, the English translation is lacking, but what can you do? The word Mridu, it's not just sweet, but it also means pliable, compliant, submissive. It also means fertile, beautiful, and healthy. So it's like clay-like. It's very, very compliant. Maybe not compliant always, but cooperative. So the Mridu nakshatras are also 4 in number. They would start with Mrigashirsha, Anuradha, Revati, and end with Chitra. Mrigashirsha is the most sweet of the sweet. It's so sweet that it's symbolized by a deer. It's so timid. It's so, right? It's so cooperative, timid, looking for stuff, needing something to rely on. The next sweetest is Anuradha, which is all about love, devotion to a goal. So there's some strength coming, some of its own strength is coming in Anuradha. And then you have Revati, which is very, very, very good at getting to goals. In all of these, this is another thing which has to be said about Mridu nakshatras, is they're all smart. That doesn't mean they're the only smart nakshatras, but the Mridu nakshatras are intelligent, which is important, because in Vedic thought, beauty and intelligence are not considered opposite qualities at all. They usually go together. So these Mridu nakshatras are beautiful, loving, and intelligent. Those 3 qualities go together. And the intelligence means the ability to find a goal, to find a way to get to your goal. That's intellect. Or that's the aspect of intellect that we're talking about here. So Mrigashirsha, you could see it's a deer looking for its goal. Anuradha, it's dedicated to a goal. Anuradha means the goal of the Radha, the goal of the worship, or the goal of the love. So, and then Revati is Pushan nakshatra, and Pushan is the herder of horses and goats who move to a goal. Revati is excellent at finding things, getting to a goal. And of course, it's very beautiful and loving, because it's Mridu. And then the least of the Mridus is Chitra. The reason why it's still Mridu is because it's very interested in love and beauty. But it's becoming, and the intellectual nature of the Mridu nakshatras is highest in Chitra. Number 1 is Chitra, number 2 is Revati, number 3 Anuradha, number 4 Mrigashirsha, in terms of being intelligent, having the intelligent side of Mridu. Now we come to the 3rd group of nakshatra types. We did the first group, Tikna and Ugra, bitter and strong. And we did the second group, which was enduring and sweet, Dhruva and Mridu. Now we come to the 3rd group. These are called Chipra and Chala. Chipra means very fast, or it means easy, easily accomplished, quickly accomplished. And Chala means moving around a lot, motion-oriented, mobile. So in English, you can call them quick and mobile. Let's look at the quick ones. The meaning of quick here is that it's easy to accomplish something. Things happen quickly. And so the goals are accomplished. So there's only 3 in this group. Ashwini, Hasta, Pushya. With Pushya, it's the purest quickness. Because Pushya is all about successfully accomplishing goals. This is very auspicious nakshatra because it lets things reach their goal quickly, easily, without delay. And then the second most movable Chipra nakshatra is Ashwini, the horses. Things happen quickly. You quickly get to your destination. You can do miraculous things. You don't have blocks either. Ashwini is about not having blocks, having freedom. And then finally we have Hasta as another one of the Chipra nakshatras. It can make things happen quickly because it's with your hands. So it can do amazing things. Hasta can do amazing things and move quickly. Being able to do things that require lightness and dexterity and speed and a fine touch. So this one has got the most blend of the Chala nakshatra in it. And there's the final group. These are the Chala nakshatras. There's a lot of them. The Chala nakshatras, there's a clump of 3 of them that are all together. And mostly these are the nakshatras whose yogatar or primary star is far away from the ecliptic. The clump of them is Shravana, Shravishta or Dhanishta, and Shatabhishak. The Sh nakshatras are the movable ones. So those 3 together out there, between the Ashadas and the Purva and the Bhadrapadas, those are mobile. And then the other 2 mobile nakshatras are Punarvasu and Swati. So Chala means moving around a lot. Punarvasu has a very interesting type of movement pattern to it. It's a Punar pattern. So Punarvasu's movement pattern is going forth and coming back, going forth and coming back. So Punarvasu has a lot to do with habits, patterns, rituals, doing things again and again. Moving away and then coming back. To tell you the interesting details, mobile doesn't just mean move well, but move well implies move well. Like dances well, moves the body well. Moves the body well is a sexy thing. Chala, the word chala in Sanskrit is a sexy word, like a playboy feeling. So Chala nakshatras are also good at movement, which has that sexy feeling to it also. So repetitive motions, Purnarvasa is good at that. And then you're going to find also Swati. Swati likes to move. Swati doesn't like to move back to the same point though. Swati likes to go on a ray. It goes on its own path, so it goes away from the group. But it's also good with things that require motion. Good. And then you've got these other 3, Shravishta, Shravana, and Shatabhishak. So if we start with Shravana, Shravana is famous as the learning nakshatra, right? Hearing. But actually it's the symbol is 3 footsteps. And its Deva is Vishnu, who is the god of locomotion, because he's everywhere. And is famous for taking 3 steps that covered the whole universe and more. So Shravana is about moving quickly, being able to move, and especially being able to move information. Because it's Shravana, the word means hearing. It actually literally means flowing, but it's a flow of sound back and forth is Shravana. So conversational skill, giving and taking information. And then you have Shravishta, which is the actual object being passed back and forth. So there's a lot of art and beauty in Shravishta or Dhanishta because it's creating the objects which are going to be bought and sold and conversed about. And then Shatabhishak. Shatabhishak has a very interesting movement pattern. Shatabhishak's movement pattern is a downfall because its god is Varuna, and Varuna is the god of the downfall. So, but you'll still find that all of these are good lovers, and all of them they have a passion to them because they like to move, they like movement, they like pleasure. Shatabhishak particularly, it has a asuric passion for pleasure. And it tends to not be well accepted in hierarchical settings or in traditional settings. So it tends to be pushed down. So there you have the 6 nakshatra types. And if you're thinking carefully or following carefully with this, you'll notice that there's 2 nakshatras missing. Those are Kritika and Vishaka. The reason is that these are called Mishra because these are good for anything. And the reason why Kritika is good for anything is because it's Agni's place. And Agni is in every type of ceremony. No matter what you want to do, you need Agni. You need fire. So Kritika, Agni's nakshatra, is good for everything. It has in other words, it's its own nakshatra. It has its own unique characteristic. It doesn't just fit clearly into one of these other groups. Kritika happens to be very digestive and cutting, but it's not bitter because it's not so enthusiastic. It's quite detached. And then you have Vishaka. Vishaka is simply about the dedication. And it also has a form of Agni as the Devata Indragni. So it's about the dedication to objectives, not anything specific about specific objective, but just the dedication to objectives. So it's also considered mixed. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned a lot from it. Let me know if you have any questions or what you think about this. This information was originally found in Brihat Jataka, I believe, which is about 2,000 years old. It's not found in Vedanga Jyotish or Rig Veda, but 2,000 years old with Varaha Mihira is pretty reliable and old and ancient. So thank you for your thumbs up and comments and subscriptions and all that stuff. And I look forward to doing more videos for you. Thanks.